Now, the month of love is here, as most people do call it. But what is really special about Valentine's Day? The pressure that comes along every February the 14th should not be overwhelming you from showing your loved ones just how much you care about them. Whether you are in a relationship or single, there are simple ways to make that Valentine's Day special for the ones you love the most, not mentioning yourself. Now, hello and welcome to Charity of Love with me, your love Dr. Brian Ogana. Today we are talking about Valentine's Day and how you can make it special in your own special way. Now on set today, of course, I'm joined by specialists who will shed more light on Valentine's Day. Let me start with you, Ken. Start by introducing yourself.
Okay, my name is Prince Ken, and I'm actually in events. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for creating time to be with us today.
Anytime,
sure.
My name is Muriuki, and I'm married.
Okay, Sue, thank you so much.
I'm Chris Hart, and I'm a psychologist.
Wow, I think everyone had a blast. Okay, welcome to the show. Now, if you're just joining us today, it's all about love and Valentine, how you can make it special. Now, if you are alone and during Valentine's Day, it's priceless for you. Otherwise, you will be spending a few thousand shillings. So count yourself very lucky. So let's begin, guys, from where the history of Valentine's Day. Where did it start from? Let me start with you, Dr. Chris.
Well, it's very, very old. It's very old indeed. It's way over 2,000 years old. And originally, it was a quite raunchy fertility festival. I mean, some of the things people got up to, you don't want to hear about. Men running around the streets naked, women putting their names in bowls to be picked out, and guess what was going to happen? You know, it's very raunchy. And it stayed like that until about 300 AD. And then the early church decided to calm it down, and they came up with this story about Valentine. And he was supposed to have been a priest in ancient Rome who was illegally marrying young men. You weren't supposed to get married if you were a young man in Rome. You were supposed to go into the army. And he was marrying them illegally, so he gets thrown in jail, falls in love with the daughter of the jailer, sends her notes from your Valentine, and the rest, as they say, is history.
So what's your understanding on Valentine's Day?
What is supposed to happen on Valentine's Day? I think it's a day that you need to show affection and love to your spouse or your would-be spouse. Yeah, I think that's what.
Yeah, what's your understanding?
Basically, I think Valentine is about lovers expressing love to each other, sharing flowers and something like that, candies and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, now feel free to send your SMS on 21144, also on Facebook page, that is Chariot of Love. And not forgetting, today we're doing it special. So if you're if you are a couple, today we're giving away 2 vouchers for 3 couples. So you better be attentive on the questions that we'll be throwing to your end. And then when you answer them right, who knows, the voucher might be just for you. So stick around and find out more. Dr. Chris, let me start with you. The essence of celebrating Valentine's Day, do you think it's kind of cliche, or people have to celebrate it?
Oh, I think you have to celebrate it. I mean, there are a number of reasons. The reasons are different for different people at different stages in their lives. But when you're talking, for example, for young people who are not long known one another, it's actually one of the tests, I'm afraid, that women apply to their men to find out how they react. You know, she wants to know how he's going to interpret Valentine's Day. She might be the sort of girl who wants him to spend lots of money. He needs to know that. She might be very romantic. He needs to know that. And that's, of course, the reason why the girls love it and the guys hate it. You see what I mean?
I think the reason why the guys hate it is probably because of our culture, and also because of lack of enough knowledge about, you know, like even the history that Doctor just told us, how many people know about that history. And I think it's, if I'm not wrong, it was a Christian, it's got some Christian background to it. And
only in a
Actually,
sense.
it's a church thing, yeah.
Well, no,
It's
it's not
supposed to be a
really.
church thing,
The church took it over. You see,
Yeah.
as the early church took over a lot of pagan ceremonies to try and get rid of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Christmas is another classic example. So St. Valentine is just a lovely story. The church, I think, is strictly neutral on Valentine's Day. It's
Is
not
it?
got any theological significance or anything like that.
But if you look at the word love, you know, it's something that we are told very well from the Bible about. We are taught about the Bible,
sure.
about
Yeah.
love from the Bible. And I think Valentine's Day is about expressing love and care to your spouse or to your partner.
Do you think a specific day should people concentrate on a specific day of sharing
No,
the
it's-
love? Because in my opinion, I would find it like it should not be a one-time thing. It should be continuous.
But you
an
see, I
everyday
think
affair.
you're missing the point. Of course, you should be lovely to your girlfriend, spouse. Bear that thought in mind. It's the man who has to do it. It's not the other way around.
But Doc, what I will ask is why should I buy my spouse a flower just one day? When I should buy it every day.
Of course you should.
Can
Of
you
course
afford to buy it?
Yeah. I can get her a flower every day.
Okay, yeah.
Why should I wait for Valentine's Day?
I get you. You should be lovely to your
Wife
girlfriend,
every day.
wife, all year round. But on Valentine's Day, there is a script. There are expectations. Valentine's Day is a different day from the others. And we do stupid things, like people wear red. I see Brian's wearing red, you know. And they buy single stem roses, and they make a big fuss about the way they present them and the
Yeah.
sort of things they do. It is and should be different from the others.
Yeah.
I don't mean that you shouldn't be nice on the other days, but it is
Ken, how do you celebrate your Valentine's Day, or how are you planning to celebrate your Valentine's Day?
Actually, I think I'll just do it as normal. The way I buy flowers for her
So
every
it's just
day.
for your purpose. It's just for pleasing her. That's it.
No, not really. But I think it should be a daily thing, not really waiting for Valentine's. Because first of all, Valentine's was evil. Yeah, it was evil.
How?
It was evil because I think Saint Valentine, where Valentine originated from, he used to. He was the emperor was against marriage.
Yes.
Because as Doc said, the soldiers were not supposed to marry. Because the emperor thought that when they marry, they'll think about the family and stuff like that, so that they will not be strong in the army. So I think I should not wait for Valentine. I should do as I do every day to her. Yeah.
So it's not
No,
a
I
one-day
think
thing.
It's not a one-day thing
I
for
think
me.
for
yeah.
me as a woman, there should be Valentine because yes, there is the expressing of love every day, but Valentine Day is special. Like he said, we do something different than what you're doing on a regular basis. You know, it's more. You have to think about what you're going to do.
No, you know what?
special
I
about-
disagree because every day I do a special thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And you see,
I don't have to wait for Valentine
Valentine.
to make it special. yeah.
So on behalf of ladies out there,
No,
why
I
does
don't
it?
think-
Why,
I don't
why is
think what
Valentine
he's
so
saying is
important?
true.
Huh?
I don't think it's true because first of all, the African men do not know how to express.
Not every African man. Not every
Don't
African
even
man.
know. They don't. Our culture does not train us does not train our men to be able to express romance and even when you think about it, even yourself, our parents, you know, when was the last time your parent told you, I love you? You know, like even our elderly, our folks. So that has translated to the men who we are marrying these days, and they just don't know how to
Yeah,
express.
I
And then
think-
the other thing is that for an African man, they feel that if they bought you a house, you have children, and I'm sure that's what Eric is thinking.
No, but I know, you know why you're saying
that.
that. I think it is what women are after. You know,
No, we're
it
not
is what
after
women
that.
want. Yeah.
No.
But look, first of all, I don't think she's right in saying there's a problem with Kenyan
With
men.
Kenyan men,
I
true,
think men all over the world dread Valentine's Day.
It's
Oh,
true.
no, Kenyan
It's
men.
true.
And
It's
they
true.
don't understand the history, and they don't understand that, for example, it's not just about being romantic. And in the same way as you mark your wife's birthday as being different from the other 364 days of the year, so you do with Valentine's.
What are the men fearful for? What do they fear?
The pressure that Valentine's
pressure.
Day, the
They
pressure that
feel
comes
judged.
with it, it's
They-
just overwhelming. That's
Yeah.
why most men usually fear about it. I don't know if it's all about
So
me or
if they
even
were doing
No.
what
I
Eric is
think
saying,
every
if
man
they're
hates
doing-
Valentine.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
If they were doing what Eric is saying, that they show love on a daily basis, then there would be no pressure. Are we together?
Oh, no,
But
It's only
because
that's the
it's not
concentration.
happening.
The
It's not
concentration. You know,
happening.
most ladies concentrate on that specific
On that
Yes,
specific
and
day.
look,
Yeah.
Because
And
the
if
other
you
days they're
forget
not
it, you're
getting
in
it.
trouble.
Hang on,
Because
hold
the
on.
other days
Yes,
they
Don.
don't get that.
Yes, Don.
Hold on a minute. I think we're making a mistake here. I think you are focusing rather on the married couples.
Okay.
Don't forget
Doesn't
that the
marry.
people who really go for Valentine's are not the marrieds, they're the people who've not long been dating. It's part of the dating process for them. They don't know each other very well yet. They've only just started.
If you're just joining us, today it's all about Valentine's Day. How can you make it special? How can you treat your special person to this particular day and make it remarkable? And this leads us to the question of the day, where we ask you, should there be a specific day to celebrate love? Should there be a specific day to celebrate love? Send your SMSs on 211, also on Facebook page, that is Chariot of Love. And of course, not forgetting, we are giving away 3 vouchers for 3 couples. So if you're a couple and you really think that you deserve these particular vouchers, we'll be asking you random questions, and we'll be giving out these particular vouchers on how you respond to that particular question. So stick around and find out more.
From the day that I met you, girl, I knew that your love would be everything that I ever wanted in my life. From the moment you spoke my name, I knew everything.
Right, welcome back to Chariot of Love. Remember, the SMS line is 21144, and also our Facebook page is Chariot of Love. Now, St. Valentine's Day or Love Day, if you so put it, it's all about love and how you can share this particular day with your loved one. So how can you make it outstanding and better to your loved one? You can share also on 21144. Now, back to you guys. Let me go direct to you, Ken. How are you planning to make it special, outstanding for your lady?
Actually, for me, I'll just do the normal things I do to her. Yeah. That's
That
how
doesn't
unique.
make the day
That's how
special.
unique. Yeah.
That doesn't make the day special.
No, because it is always special for her. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I
but
think we ought
always
to
special for
interview
her.
your lady. I think she's going to
I
say
think
some
it's-
pretty
Yeah,
sad things
yeah,
about
I
you.
can bet you she'd like something
Yeah,
special.
sure you
No,
would.
no, no,
Like
no.
something
I'm sure
she'd
she's
like to-
okay because she's always
loved.
loved.
I'm sure she loves you dearly, but I'm also sure she's very disappointed with your performance on Valentine's Day.
Disappointed.
But how do you know? Have you asked her?
I know, yeah, because I asked her.
Oh, okay.
And she said, okay, fine, every day you show me love. That's fine with me. You don't have to wait for Valentine's.
But I know in her heart she wants you to do something special on Valentine's Day.
No, no,
And
no,
if
I
you don't,
disagree with you.
well, you should ask
Because
her.
most
She must be a
people
very
wait for
special
Valentine's.
lady, yeah?
Yeah, she is special, yeah,
she
definitely,
must be,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember the question of the day, guys, we asked earlier on, should there be a specific day to celebrate love? Should there be a specific day to celebrate love? Send us an SMS on 21144 or on our Facebook page. And also not forgetting, if you have a birthday in this particular month, also we are giving out cakes courtesy of Valentine Cake House. So you can also post on our Facebook page or even send us an SMS on 21144. Now, Dr. Chris, I know most people, we've been handling how people should celebrate this particular day, people who are together. What
Yes.
about the single people? How
Oh,
should they
right.
celebrate?
Well, I'm afraid I think singles should buy a big box of chocolates and a good DVD and stay at home.
No, 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 I disagree.
Do you think it will lead them
That
to
is
depression?
depressing.
Or what's
No, I think the singles should also go out and find people for themselves. There's no
Fine.
need of staying at home and
No, we're
and,
talking
and
about people who don't have people for themselves.
yeah, they should go out and find people for themselves. That's what I say.
Okay, but you see, that's a miserable experience because you go out to all the bars and every bar's full of girls in red dresses with
It's
guys.
not about to go to the bar. You can go to a restaurant.
Sure,
Garden
same,
or what.
same,
Yeah.
same.
so what's your take on it? How should single people celebrate Valentine's Day?
I think they should go out too, and like we said, get their friends to go out
Yeah.
with, you know, and just not be at home depressed. You know,
Yeah,
just go home and.
I grant you that. I once, for example, celebrated Valentine's Day with my wife by joining a huge gaggle
Yeah.
of people at the Lycra Regency.
Agree with the norm that if you're single on this particular day of Valentine's, you should go out, get yourself a bottle of wine, and lock yourself as you watch to those soap operas, Alejandro's and the likes.
I disagree. Myself, I disagree.
You agree with that?
I
So, because
disagree.
most people, that's what they do. Most ladies,
Yeah,
most men do
I
that.
guess because it's just out in your face, like he said, you know, the hotels, all the social places. It's just about love, love, and here you are without somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
getting,
so
I mean,
sometimes
I
think
it
it's
is
good.
miserable if you're out on
Yeah,
your own,
I
because you think about it, almost every restaurant will have a Valentine's menu, and every table will have been booked for a week.
Yeah,
And you
so-
will end up in sleazy dives watching the people who can't get a date on Valentine's Day. It's going to be
I'm disagreeing because I think they should also go out and find people for themselves. They should not just stay at home and be depressed.
Okay, and
as you say.
how do you find somebody for yourself? Just explain to me the process. You
Basically-
go out and you do what?
Basically, the singles go out and mingle out. If you find someone who is your type, definitely you can work out something out. Yeah. There's no need of staying indoors and being depressed. Yeah. As you said before. Yeah. So I don't agree with Doc completely. Yeah.
Okay, what's your take on this particular subject? Remember, the SMS line is 21144. And the question of the day that we ask: should there be a specific day to celebrate love? Should there be a specific day to celebrate love? Send it to 21144 or our Facebook page, that is Chariot of Love. Now,
Especially for the married people, because me, I can only speak from my standpoint of view. You know, when you're married, there's so much going on: the children, your work, you get really busy. You know, that's why I'm saying Prince is very special, because he says he does it on a daily basis. But I think it's a good day that you get out of the norm and focus on each other on a very special way.
Yes.
And that holiday helps you remember, because you can't forget at some place, at some point. So that holiday helps you remember, okay, this is my spouse, I need to do something, we need to do something together, we just need to drop the kids somewhere and just be, so it does help to have that. It's not that you don't do it, but it does help to remember.
Yeah.
let me pose this. The question of the day, what's your take in it? Ken?
How you can make it special or what?
Should there be a specific day to celebrate love?
No. It should be every time, as I said. It should be every time, every day, 365 days a year.
Don't you get tired at some point?
No. You can never get tired if you love someone.
But I think you're
what's up.
missing the point. You see, I mean, yes, we should once a year celebrate love.
That was good.
In the same way as on a different day we celebrate motherhood, and on another day you celebrate your spouse's specific birthday and things like
Father's Day.
that. We make these special events during the day to create memories, really, don't we? And it's not that we are saying that it should be different from the rest of the days in the sense that you love your wife on that day and not the other 364. You just make it a special day. You do something unique to make it memorable. That's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every other day, yes, you give her flowers, but do something special about the flowers on that particular day. Give them to her in a particular place. Make a memory. That's really the point.
I think,
But I think
you find-
memories should be made daily, not just on Valentine's Day.
You know, the
actually.
trouble is, you've had 364 breakfasts this year, and I bet you can't remember them all.
You can't definitely
No,
remember
right,
them all,
but
yeah.
you see, on Valentine's Day, you should remember them. You should do something on Valentine's Day that makes it stand out. That's the point. You know, even if it's only lay the table in some very special way and perhaps buy a few extra bits of table linen or something like that, just to make it special.
All right. Remember, if you're also celebrating a birthday in this particular month, you can also send us an SMS on 21144 and we'll make that day outstanding, courtesy of Valentine Cake House. All right, welcome back to Chariot of Love. Now, earlier on I started by telling you, if you want to win a voucher, all you have to do is stick around and be attentive on what's coming next. And the first question that we will ask, when did Valentine's Day begin and why do people celebrate it? When did Valentine's Day begin and why do people celebrate it? So feel free to send your answer to 21144. Also include your name and where you're sending that SMS from. Remember, when did Valentine's Day begin and why do people celebrate it? Now, Doc, we've talked about single people. What about people who are dating? How should they make it special?
Right. Well, I think the primary thing is this. Of course, the guy is taking the lead. He has got to do all the work. And he's basically got to have figured out what would make that day special for his particular girlfriend. And every girl will be different. Some will want to go to some very fearfully expensive restaurant, God help us. Another will want to do something terribly romantic. She wants to go for a walk in the woods or to walk along a beach or something like that.
But I think, Doc, I think ladies should also do something about it. Not just wait for men to do everything and all that. I think women, I think ladies should also do something. You see, she cannot agree because she's a lady, definitely. But I think ladies should also do something about the Valentine's Day.
Let's bring a little
Because
bit
it's
of a
the
twist
man's
to this.
responsibility to love the
It
wife.
is
Where is it
both-
written?
both-
Where is it
biblical.
written? Where is
It's
it written?
biblical.
No,
It's nothing like that. It is just a
I think
tradition.
both partners should at least do something for each other.
So you think it's a two-way thing?
It's two-way thing,
No, it's a
actually.
one-way
Yeah.
thing. It's a
one-way
Definitely, it's two-way thing.
To a tiny extent, I agree with you. I mean, I think it's fine for a girl to give her boyfriend a Valentine's card.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But book the restaurant, pay the bill, buy the flowers. No, not a chance. you
Yeah,
know.
that
I
makes
think
it
you'd
the
get
man's
lynched if you try to.
responsibility.
I don't think there's something wrong if my lady gave me a flower.
You know,
will take it
I would not.
definitely.
I don't know how I would react if a woman came up to me and gave me a single rose.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's
That would be weird.
It's not weird. It's not weird.
It's weird.
It's not weird.
Walking with a rose,
Yeah,
a woman, it's kind of weird.
Quite
It's
upset.
not
But you
weird
think
if
it's okay.
No, if she gives me a rose, no problem.
Prince, why do you think the woman should do something on that day?
No, I think because it's too much pressure for men. That's why men hate it, actually.
But you see,
Yeah.
but look,
I'm sure on Friday, 99% of men will switch off their phones because it's too much pressure for men.
Look,
I'm telling you.
I think I agree with you. It is pressure on men. But you see, look, remember the rules of life. The rules of life are that the women choose and the men compete to be chosen.
Okay, what-
This is one of the tests in which
Okay,
they
what,
are
okay,
evaluated.
what is the pressure? Explain the pressure.
I think
Because
the-
if you love me, and Valentine's Day is coming, where would the pressure be?
Okay,
I think-
I'm trying to look at it on a different perspective. Unless you have an array of girlfriends,
Yeah.
that's where
No, not really.
You
Just one
actually, you
girlfriend,
should be
actually.
looking forward to that day to express your love to me. Because
But I
love
think
me.
you should
So
also,
where would-
I will also be expecting her to at least give me something to appreciate. Yeah, it's a two-way thing. It's not a one-way thing. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, what's your take in this, guys? Feel free and also be part in this discussion. Remember the SMS line, it's 21144. I'm telling you, it's getting hotter by every single second that counts. Remember the question of the day we asked, is there a specific day to celebrate love? And regarding to the question on how you can get that voucher was, when did Valentine's Day begin and why do people celebrate it? When did Valentine's Day begin and why do people celebrate it? Send an SMS on 21144. Also our Facebook page, that is Chariot of Love. Now, Sue, let me put you a bit in a spot about married people. Or what is your plan on this
Not my
particular
plan.
day?
What I'm hoping my husband's plan is.
See, I told you. Yeah. Too much. Yeah. That's why I say expect nothing and you'll never get hurt. You know, because they
This
expect
is
too
the
much.
guy who
And-
expresses love every day. And this is the one who's having a problem with
No, I
Valentine's
don't
Day,
have
you
a
know?
problem. What I think is, it should be a two-way thing. Yeah, it should be a two-way thing. Just get me a small thing. I'll appreciate. Yeah. We've been doing the Valentines all the time. Yeah, men. So actually, women should also contribute something.
Something. Yes, Sue, what's your
I think it's weird, you know. Okay, let's go back to the question because Prince is very passionate about about what he's talking about. I think for married couples, you know, I think it's good to just get time off, take away from the normal situation. You know, just get away from the house, or if you need to be in the house, just make it different. You know, have something different. Maybe go out for a dinner, or if you can afford it, go for a holiday somewhere. You know. I think it's good to just get away from your normal day-to-day routine, your normal circumstances, your physical location, I think that would be help, especially if you have children.
I mean, I agree with all of that, but of course it's not always possible.
Yes.
And so then you have to make the day special in some other way. And people do it in lots of very imaginative ways. You know, I remember stories about how one woman came home and she opened the door and she found the whole hall full of petals, and she started to follow the trail, and of course it led to all sorts of saucy things going on. I know lots of couples who involve the children.
Yes.
You know, the children become the waiters at dinner and things like that,
Yeah,
dressed in
that's
red. And, you know, you can do all sorts of crazy but memorable things.
So you can also include your children in
You
this
certainly
particular
can. If you're a married couple and you're
Depending on
doing it
their
at
age,
home,
of
and it
course.
depends on their age, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, be part of this discussion, guys. Feel free to send a comment or even an SMS regarding this particular topic. Remember, it's all about this particular month of February 14th on Friday. How can you stand out? How can you make it special to that special person you love him or her the most? Now, concerning the other second question that I'll pose unto you, just take a look at this particular video clip and be attentive, because the second question will be coming from there. Stick around, we'll be right back. You guys, before going back to you, let me sample out a few of the SMSs that came in. Yes, let me start with our Facebook page. Okay. Unique Mweni. Okay, Unique Mweni, this is yours. This is your thought. Now, I don't think that there is a particular day that you should celebrate love. Every day is a special day for your loved one. So, thank you so much, Unique Mweni, for that particular comment on our Facebook page. And also, keep them coming. Let them come and share your views on how special we can make this particular day. Now, back to you, Dr. Chris. On the issue on married people making this day memorable, are there other things that you can look?
I think the main focus for married couples is to make a memory, to create a day when you do something quite off the wall, something crazy. It doesn't have to be expensive, it can be, but you know, it could be just a walk on the beach, whatever you like. But you should deliberately set out of your way to do something rather lovely. I mean, I always have a problem with this because I'm always working on Valentine's Day, you know, so I have to drag my wife along to some event, and of course it's not quite the same, is it? You know, so we have to celebrate Valentine's Day a day or two late, you know.
That's true.
But that's basically what you should do. You should do
I think
something
that
very
that
romantic.
counts in my point. He's always working on Valentine's Day. So I think you should not wait for Valentine's Day. Yeah. There's no specific day.
But cows have to be milked on Valentine's Day as well, and you know. And the
Yeah,
posters.
definitely. So you should celebrate love every day. Yeah, that counts in my point. Yeah.
I think the people who have problems and people who are saying what Prince would say mostly, I can bet you they are men, and because like I said earlier, the men have challenges in knowing how to express romance and love and affection to women, because in our culture, when you do that, it kind of shows that you're weak. You know, like for me, if you go for a function and maybe my husband's holding my hand or he's putting his arms around me and he's being all lovey-dovey, sometimes you'll find that people say that his wife has sat on him. I don't know if you can.
that is the point. That's why I'm saying we should. It is the time we change
This is
now.
exactly
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
It is the
So
time we
now-
have a change.
Now this is
Yeah.
the problem.
That's
This
why
right
that's
here is
my
the
point,
problem
yeah.
right here.
Okay, let us go through these SMSs that are just coming in. No, love is a choice, and no, there should be a specific day of celebrating it, but rather it can be experienced through our daily days, just honoring it daily and making each other feel special each day. That way it will grow much faster in their hearts. Thank you so much for that SMS. And yes, there should be a specific day. I need to really spoil my baby. Please, we've been through ups and downs, but we are good, and thank God for that. That is Arnold. Thank you so much, Arnold. Keep them coming. Remember, the SMS line is 21144. And also we have one over here. No, expression of love should be an everyday thing among spouses, but of course the Valentine's Day should stand out on its own. Thank you so much. Now, how can you make Valentine's Day special if you are a student and you will be at school? I think this is a campus show.
I can bet you all those guys who are saying that Valentine's Day should be an everyday thing are people who don't express love to their spouses. And if you were to call their spouses, they'll tell us the same thing.
No.
And
I disagree completely. I disagree.
Because I don't understand why would you fight something like that so much. If you love somebody, you should actually look forward to it, you know. And one thing I'd like to tell men who are not romantic, I'm not saying that romance helps, you know, deal with a lot of domestic issues, but it does enhance and help, especially for a woman. If you're romantic towards your wife, to your spouse, to your partner, it does make a difference for a woman.
Okay.
And it makes even that relationship a lot healthier than one that is not there.
Yes, okay, I think there's another point here. I don't think Valentine's Day is a game of subtraction. Just because we make Valentine's special does not mean that the other days shouldn't be romantic and affectionate and all the rest of it. We're just saying that on Valentine's Day, you do something you don't normally do. And you do it in a way where people think, I'll remember that. You know, and that's all you're asking to happen. Do it something romantic
Special.
and memorable. But don't turn off the other days.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at, we expect there are, as Ken said earlier on, that it's a two-way thing. What are the roles that someone should keep in place and carry the order of the day?
I think actually we've got to go back a little further from that. I think, to be perfectly blunt, relationships go much better when men and women play the right, shall we call them, the romantic roles. I mean, for example, there's a very famous study done in psychology which shows that men who do women's work in the house, actually the couple has a lot less intimacy than a couple where he does the male roles in the house. Now, that doesn't sound very good from the point of view of the feminists, but the fact is, it's true. And I think the same is true on Valentine's Day. The man has to play the role, and the role in Valentine's Day is you're in charge.
I still disagree
You
there.
choose
disagree.
you choose the restaurant, you choose the events, you choose the romantic gestures.
Absolutely.
It's your chance to be completely in charge.
And the women
I
wait
think,
for that.
I think even women.
And the women wait for
should
what
also-
Dr. Chris is talking about.
No. I disagree because I think I still insist women should also play part. Yeah.
So
if my lady gets me a simple thing, that's a plus. Yeah, that's a plus. So it is not a man thing; it is a two-way thing.
So if
the lady has
if
to
your woman,
participate,
if your woman goes right ahead and surprises you and planned for everything, took you out for that posh restaurant, made the order of the day amazing, sparkling, for you it will be a plus.
that's a plus. Why not? I've always done that. She should do that also. Once, I'll appreciate that.
Okay, Sue, what are the roles? What are the roles that people should focus on, in your own opinion?
From a married couple, I don't expect to do anything on that day. I expect to be taken out and I expect to be appreciated. And I will appreciate my husband because of doing what he did, you know, expressing that love. But this thing that I'm supposed to do something as a woman.
You should. You should get your husband something at least.
Getting my gift?
Okay,
Yeah, I guess I could.
We can make a deal.
Yeah.
Do it this time round, and you call me and you tell me, okay, fine.
I don't have your number.
Yeah.
But I hear what Prince is saying, and maybe that is something we can incorporate as women. But I still feel that the men take leadership role. They take us out and express their love. Because, like I said, in our setting, it's not something that happens every day, despite what Prince is saying. That's not what happens on a normal scenario where the men of today will express love and tell you, I love you every single day. That's not something that's happening. And then the other thing, I don't know whether we need to talk about, is that Valentine's Day is usually practiced by the affluent people. It's not something that's practiced by everybody, you know. So maybe I think it is. I don't know. I don't know. Let me just.
Okay, let's look at the mistakes. What are some of the mistakes people usually do when it comes to Valentine's Day?
Well, first of all,
I understand that most people, if a man does something, he expects something in return. Though he may not say it, but at the back of his mind, he's expecting something in return. What are the mistakes most people do?
Yes and no on that particular point, but I think the biggest mistake you can make is to try and ignore it. I think if you pretend it's not happening and you don't play the role, you are going to lose a lot of brownie points. So I think that's the single biggest mistake you can make of all. The second biggest mistake is not to pay attention to what your girl is looking for. What are her expectations? And you should be trying your best to meet them. Now, you don't have to be slavish about it, but you must understand what's going to really make it sparkle for her. And that doesn't necessarily involve spending a lot of money, for example. I mean, I take the point she was making about people who perhaps don't want or haven't got the money to go to very expensive restaurants. There's no need to do that at all. You can do all sorts of lovely romantic things and spend very little money on Valentine's Day. But you have to pay attention to what's going to make it special for the lady.
And maybe that's what the men fear, because they feel that it's something that you have to spend a lot of money. Maybe what they need is creative ideas.
No,
on how to-
definitely.
How to
Definitely,
celebrate
because,
Valentine's Day without spending a lot of money.
No,
'Cause I
no,
think
no.
that's
My point
probably
is,
what
my
Prince
point
has
is,
a problem
okay,
with
listen,
right
listen.
now.
My point is, because this guy doesn't celebrate his woman every day, then definitely the woman expects you to spend a lot of money on that
You see,
one
no,
day.
that's exactly what we're
Yeah.
saying. It's about
So
the money.
that
It's
is
not
why I'm
about,
saying. That is why I'm saying you have to celebrate her every day. You don't have to wait for the Valentine's Day because she'll be expecting too much.
So
Can you
you
imagine?
by celebrating every day, you're cutting off expenses.
You're cutting off expenses because
See, the
because
cat
she'll
is
not
out in the
she'll not
bag.
expect so much. Yeah, on the Valentine's.
so-
Just something
Yeah,
special, but
see,
not
now
so
that
much.
is
Yeah.
where
Okay,
the
so what are the
problem
major mistakes people usually tend? Because I understand to
maybe-
women, to you, you look for this day. You want this day to stand out. You want your man to send rose flowers to the office. You want that attention. What is a mistake if maybe if I didn't know and that day slipped by and I didn't remember that particular day? Will you forgive me?
I will, because I love you. But then at the same time, I think for us women, maybe it's to tone down our expectations.
But
Because
most
like-
women will not
because like-
forgive you. I can tell you that.
No,
I can assure
You
that. I
see,
can
that's why
assure
he
you
wants
that.
to-
Yeah.
I think it's to tone down and to be realistic. You know, if we can't afford it, we can't afford it. We can't afford to go to the expensive restaurants that charge 8,000 per couple. But we can do other things.
And
you know,
that
like
is
you
why I'm
said,
saying
that are not
it is high
expensive.
time we stop pretending anymore.
Yeah.
And we celebrate love every day. You don't have to
No,
wait
not
for
about
Valentine's.
every day. I agree
Because
with you about the
waiting
stuff
for
we-
Valentine is like pretending, you know.
No, it's not pretending, Prince. It's just taking that day out to go a little bit extra. Are we together? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not pretending because
Yeah,
you're
I'm saying you can
even
make
the
it
fact
special,
that
but
the
yeah.
fact that you're together already means that you love each
You love
other.
true.
Yeah,
Are we
definitely,
together?
yeah.
It's not that you're pretending. So the fact is that this, just like the way you have a birthday, you know, that is a special day for you, isn't it? And the rest of the year you remain the same year, so you could the same age, right? So this day is just taking time out, and the two of you coming together and maybe reaffirming your love or recommitting, or you get what I'm saying?
And
Revisiting.
on
Oh,
that
revisiting.
point of forgiving.
back to the-
On that point.
Okay. Now, guys, remember the second question that we posed: when was Whitney Houston's song released, and under what label? When was Whitney Houston's song released, and under what label? Send your answer to 21144, and also don't forget to include your name and where you're sending that SMS from. And of course, if you have a birthday and you really want a cake, courtesy of Valentine Cake House, feel free to send an SMS including your name and why, and give us the reason as to why you badly need that cake. Now back to you still. The mistakes. I'm still on the mistakes. Let me pose it to Prince a bit. The mistakes people usually do.
Actually, the mistakes people do, I think, is women mostly. They expect too much on that specific day. That's why I was saying, my point is, it is a two-way thing, as I said. So, and we should celebrate love every day, so that you don't have to wait for that Valentine Day, and she will be expecting so much from you. Yeah, that's my point.
Okay.
So at least we've been able to nail the fear. The fear is about the money. Yeah? The fear is about the men being expected to spend a lot of money. And
It is not even about the money.
And that's where now the education comes into place, because you see, for us, the way we grew up and the way love is, the way this whole thing of love is coming from the Western world, we don't have the ideas of how you can love somebody creatively. And maybe that's what needs to happen, where we have more information on how can you love somebody on a low-cost budget, you know, express love on a low-cost budget.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe that's what needs to happen.
Okay, so guys, we are taking a short breather and we'll be right back as we unveil to you the lucky winners, the couples who will be going out for this date. So stick around, we'll be right back. The right answer is November 3rd, 1992, and they're recorded in the spring of 1982 under Arista. And her label originally, and that was her label, and originally the version was from Dolly Parton's song, as she is the writer, and the producer is David Foster from the album The Bodyguard original soundtrack. So remember, we'll be contacting you and giving you the details on how you can come and collect your vouchers. Stick around and find out more. I'm being informed that time is lapsing and it's not on our side. Let me go with you, Ken. A parting shot from you, and what have you prepared on Valentine's Day?
Basically, for me, you know what I'll do on Friday, it's next week, Valentine's Day. I will spend the day with Home for the Aged. Actually, I'll go there with my girlfriend. And we're going to make it special by just doing that. We share love with those, the old people at the home. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're not going to do anything more special than that. Yeah.
And do you have anything you will give out?
Anything I will give out, definitely we have to give a lot to them, to the people, to the because my girlfriend, definitely she has experienced love the whole year.
Firsthand.
Yeah, so we don't need to do anything extraordinary. Yeah, as Madame is saying here. But actually, we're gonna spend the day at the Home for the Aged, and I think that's all we're gonna do for the day. But I would like to tell people they can go out, have fun, and express love for each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I will be expecting.
I told you.
Out. I will be expecting gifts, but I think I'll try what Prince said. You know, buy something
buy something for your husband.
For him, but I think I'll be expecting more from him. I'll be expecting a surprise. I hope this time it'll be creative.
Expect nothing and you'll never get half.
No, I'm going to expect this. Don't worry.
okay, Dr. Chris, a parting shot, and you had mentioned that there is a treat on that particular day.
Well, yes, I have to work on Valentine's Day, I always do, and I'll be giving a talk at an event organised by a group that celebrates marriage. They try and encourage established couples to mentor other couples, and they're holding an event on Valentine's evening at the Stadium Hotel in Kasarani. So if people would like to get hold of tickets for that, I mean, if they go onto my Facebook page tomorrow morning, I haven't done it yet, but tomorrow morning I'll put the details up where they can get hold of that.
Okay, so we'll be posting the details on how you can reach Dr. Chris and concerning the tickets. So stick around and find out more. Now, love doesn't have to be a price tag on it, but all its accessories do have. It will be great if Valentine's Day came with a fast forward button. That's at least most men usually say that. I don't know about you, but all in all, thank you so much for participating into this show. Thank you so much for your SMSs, and look forward next week, same place, same time. But we'll be giving a couple of calls to the lucky winner of the birthday cake, and also the 3 couples who will be going on the dinner date. Always keep it Chariot of Love. Well, I've been your love doctor, Brian.